Some will say, oh, he's mad. You say what the feel like. I don't give two fucks. I know what path I'm on. I know I'm not harming no one. If you're being offended by what I'm saying, it's because you're doing offensive stuff to Christ. It's his little way of warning you. Change your ways. Just the way you're thinking towards me. Why are you thinking towards me like that? Have I done something to really harm you and your family? Have I done something to really offend you? Have I done, there's some people who have got legit reasons to have a serious problem with me. I've been involved in a conspiracy to murder. There's young lads, young girls that's lost a father. They're the people that should have a serious problem with me. There shouldn't be any little gang banging, drug dealing rats out there, especially in the 30s and 40s, having a serious problem with what I'm saying and what I'm doing. If there is, it's because they're worshipping the devil, and I don't give a fuck them. You will not get any righteous believer saying I'm doing what I'm doing is wrong. He shouldn't be risking his life. That's what they'll be saying. Darren shouldn't be risking his life like this. Do you understand? They won't be saying what I'm screaming, choose a life, not a knife, stay away from these gangbangers, stay away from that drug dealing, stay away from these murderers. They're not saying that's wrong at all. They understand exactly where they're coming from. And that's who we appeal to. I don't appeal to all these dark individuals off our estates. I was one of them. I can spot them a mile away. And unless they're willing to change, unless they're willing to listen, have a little think, assess what they're doing, you can never help them. The only thing that's going to help them is the things that, like I said earlier on, when it's time to cry. And when it's time to cry, you're either dead or life's off. Or you're 35 and you've just got yourself an 18. Even that's finishing you. Even if you get a 22 and you're 29, that's going to just smash the f***ing life out of you, trust me. I know. I've been there. JJ saying, is it okay for men to cry? Yeah, it is, mate, but just cry once. Crying's like anything, isn't it? If you continue to do it, it's pretty hard to stop. It's like anything in your life. So if you get used to crying, well then guess what? You're always going to cry, aren't you? If you challenge it, I've done that. I've dropped the tears as a man. I've dropped the tears as a man, not over manly situations. And you will have situations for women, and you'll have situations for men. And a man is more than entitled to cry over them manly situations. But if you see a man crying over a woman's situation, well then you've got to start asking yourself a question there, haven't you? Haven't you? If you've got a lad sat there watching the telly with his bird and it's Black Beauty, and he's having a race with Beauty Brown, or whatever they call these horses, and they're having a full speed race, and Black Beauty falls, the bird starts going, oh no, and then my man kicks in and goes, I know. Well then you've got an issue, haven't we? Got a serious issue. You've got problems now where you've got a couple and the lad's just a bitch and his bird's an MMA fighter. Now I'm not going against no one, do you understand what I'm saying? But it is what it is. This is what they've done in their pursuit of levelling things out, making everyone equal, making everyone the same. They've encouraged beautiful young women to start looking like disgusting, dirty men. Now you've got girls who are built like doormen and think they're sexy and beautiful. Who am I to knock that? I wouldn't. In any way or imagination, I just wouldn't. Wouldn't even have a straightener with half of the cunts. Do Do you understand what I'm saying, sis? But that's the way they want it. That's the way they wanted it. They wanted men and women, alpha women and alpha men, to feel inferior. So that's now, you could have an alpha male that was 8 stone, 5'11". He could be, just because he's not big and steroided up like Andrew Tate with a big full bed and no neck and a little squeaky up voice, smoking a cigar, doesn't mean he's not alpha. Doesn't mean he's not a real man. The only thing that can steal that off that real man is a woman that's built like a brick from shit house, mate. Now this 8 stone man's thinking, shit, look at that woman. Now my man owns that threat. And without you understanding that, that has a psychological effect on a lot of men who now feel inferior because there's women that can punch the shit out of them. Fact. And it's the same on the other foot. You know, you used to have these alpha women. You know, beautiful, slender, all in proportion, you know, just lovely. You know, if I was Roger Rabbit, Jessica Rabbit would be perfect. Well, you know what I'm saying. How are you, Elliot La? Lulu, Sean. It's up to you whether you want to be a feminine man. Back to the question, should men cry? Yeah, over man things. But do it once. You know, your ma will cry because a flower snapped in the wind. Don't start crying with a kid. It's a flower. You know, your ma will go to because that bird's toppled out the sky and had an heart attack and gone to the cats. Don't you start having an episode with a kid. It's not good for your future. You know, laugh at that. It's the man in you. No, it might sound cruel. That's life. Now you need to understand the difference between being a man and a bellend. There is a difference. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Look, a man won't batter a bird. A man won't do all mad daft shit to women because they think they're the more dominant power than the woman. That's not being man, that's being a dirty man. That's what that's the phrase what they'd give being misjonic or whatever they call that phrase. They've got a phrase, and you've got people that portray themselves in that way. Your Andrew Tates of societies. You know, girls are inferior, bam, 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 bam. That's all macho in perverted ways. It's alright to be a macho man, but a macho man would protect the woman. The macho man would understand the woman's got her equal rights to this. It's not just, you get told what to do, I'm this, we're the brotherhood, use that. We can use yous, we can sell. That's not man. That's just a perverted man. And it took everyone a long time. I was screaming it from the get-go. For years when he's all licking this fake's arse. He's a fake, he's a fraud. Him and his brother, bullshitters. And it's taken its time to come out because money can hide a lot of the time. But like I said earlier on, eventually people see past the money. The money can only put up so many smoke screens. You can only bribe so many people, influence so many people with your money so many times. Eventually, the only thing that doesn't change is that comes out your mouth. And it's that that exposes you later on. And that's what you're witnessing with the Tate brothers now. You know, the cars have changed, the officers changed, the clothing's changed, the religion's changed, all this changed around them. But the shit that comes out their mouth never changed at all. And that's why they're exposing themselves now.